Right, we're going to move on to our Sizzlers. We've got three guys, really great value. I mean, we're talking good odds this week, and they really make big jumps up in our re-ranking. The first one is one of our Secret Golf contributors. We know his game really well. Not only that, but we track him week after week. He's 100 to 1, but everything's looking pretty good for Patton Kizzire.
Well, Patton's been on our show quite a bit for different reasons. He's one of these guys that when he gets going, he putts so good. He putts as good as Ben Crenshaw did. And interestingly enough, Diane, he's had two fabulous final rounds in Texas this year. He shot 64, I think, in San Antonio, and he shot 63 2 weeks ago at the Byron Nelson. He will be sitting at home absolutely kicking himself that he didn't play well enough to be in the PGA, and he will be ready when he comes here to this tournament this week. And Patton Kizzire is one of these guys that when he gets the putting as good as I know he has, and that's what brings on these 63s and 64s, then he'll be just ready to go.
Yeah, and as you say, his putter is hot. He's 8th on tour for putting average and finished 3rd at the Byron Nelson just a few weeks ago. With Patton, I always feel like he gets on these streaks where he plays well, and he's on that streak right now. We know that a couple of years ago we spoke to Patton and he was just all over the place, and he said that he actually watched old Secret Golf videos of Jackie Burke, and that really helped him a lot, and he immediately saw this kind of uprise in his performance. He's been a little bit up and down, but he's definitely on this kind of good even keel right now.
He's in a very good spot in the FedEx Cup. He's got his ticket for next year. And a lot of the mindset for, I'm going to call Patton a sort of a mid-range player, top 60 player. How does a top 60 player get in to be a top 30? That has to be where his focus is. So it actually helps him at this point streamline it. A lot of this handicapping that we do, Diane, has to do with the balancing act of where are they in their lives? Where are they in their tour life? What's going on in their life? Where's their swing? Where's Justin Thomas? Where's Jordan Spieth? Where's Patton Kizzire? Those three guys, I mean, if they went out today, you'd almost bet on Patton for a one-day run. So I've got him on the sizzle this week, Diane.
Okay, well, our next Sizzler is someone that you're really hot on this week. He's 140 to 1. I've been big on this guy a lot on our shows. I've had him as a dark horse a couple of times. One time he did very well for me, but Matthew NeSmith. He's got 2 top 10s this year already, and his numbers are pretty good. Why are you big on NeSmith this week?
NeSmith is a friend of a bunch of people that I know, and they know this kid, and they've been telling me about him for quite a while now. The interesting stat that you speak of there, Diane, is number 4 in greens and regulation on the tour. So what does number 4 mean when you bring that to Colonial? That means that you're going to be almost one of the favorites, and we're looking at him sitting. What is his odds on young Mr. NeSmith this week?
140 to 1.
Well, there you go. You've probably got the best striker of the ball, one of them, of a guy that you haven't heard of before. We're always looking for that guy, that Will Zalatoris, Abraham Ancer, before they were those guys.
And his finishes, he finished 7th at the Waste Management. He finished 8th at the Shriners in Vegas. Those tournaments were a little while ago, and the form's been a little bit up and down. And the thing about NeSmith, similar to Patton, would have been kicking himself that he wasn't in the field at Kiowa Island last week because he's from and lives in South Carolina.
Yeah, and Nesbitt, everything that I hear, Diane, is he was a $1 or $2 stock when he came on the Nationwide or the Corn Ferry. Now he was a $10 stock when he got to the tour. Now he's a $25 stock, Diane. The word is that he's got room to grow to be a $100 stock. So that's why he's on the sizzle list this week at the Colonial.
Right, he's our second Sizzler. And our third, well, you talk about Phil Mickelson being the people's favourite. This guy is up there too. And another one, he finished 4th at the PGA Championship last week, his first major appearance. Very impressive play, especially on the greens, from Harry Higgs.
Yeah, I love this guy just because he looks like Mr. Everyone. Diane, and I saw he tweeted Phil Mickelson last night, say, hey, buddy, how about we play a practice round next year at Augusta, considering Harry Higgs probably yesterday qualified for Augusta. Maybe he's a top 5 that gets in Augusta from the PGA. Anyway, Harry Higgs is going to Augusta by his tweet, but he's lost about 20 pounds, Diane. I saw that. He slimmed up a little bit, but when you handicap golf, Diane, we've got to ride someone that just played the hardest course probably on the tour in the last couple of years. He's going to arrive in Fort Worth with a ton of confidence, probably sealed off his tour card for the year. And what will Harry Higgs do this week? Well, he'll probably get himself in the top 10 again. If not, maybe knock off that plaid jacket. Or think about Harry Higgs with that plaid jacket with those big glasses, Diane. Now, that'll be something.
That would be very cool. He did play great, and he's entertaining to watch too. I couldn't believe that the PGA was his first major, and to say, you know, we always talk about the fact that these performances in majors just mean so much, and to finish in a tie for 4th in his first one, the confidence that he takes from that, plus the fact, looking at his numbers, he's 12th on the whole PGA Tour for putting average, so it's an amazing stat.
Well, you wouldn't know this, but when guys lose 20 pounds, Diane, they think they're even sexier than Harry Higgs. Everyone talks about Harry Higgs being sexy, so think how sexy he feels. So he is just going to be walking down the fairways at the Colonial.
Well, just to know, this is you talking about Harry Higgs being sexy, not me.
I'm talking about everybody. I'm talking about him talking about him.
Okay. Right, so our 3 Sizzlers this week: Patton Kizzire, Matthew Neesmith, and Harry Higgs.